Hello, hello. Welcome to Celestial Waters. My name is Demi if you're new here. So we're going to hop right into it. This is going to be collective messages for you guys. It is going to be a love reading, and I am feeling it's going to be more for the divine feminines within the connection. So those of you who've been on this twin flame journey, divine counterpart journey, or if you're just on that journey to your kingdom spouse, so that God ordained connection, that true unconditional love. But they want to start with a poem. They were putting this poem in my head from my automatic writings oracle decks. We're going to hop right into it. The poem says, I know why the caged man sings. Fortune his voice does not bring. They clipped his wings and stole his crown. His only option was to fall down. Divine birthmark tainted with shame. He would quickly realize it was all a game. Once his feet touched the earth, the bondage dispersed. Solar energy reclaimed and remembrance of his soul's name. Following the red thread, stepping where others never dare tread, but the Most High led. Now risen from the great fall, the horn of judgment sounds as he answers Gabriel's call. She walks out of the moon, womb in full bloom. He knew union had come to be and proclaims, for in you I find me. As I'm reading this, I'm being shown someone kind of going down the rabbit hole. Maybe you're just researching and watching loads of documentaries when it comes to angels, particularly the falling angels, the Phelium I'm hearing. So you could have been researching that recently. That's coming through for somebody. But I was also hearing a song. I was hearing la 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 la. I don't know what it is. I feel like it's a Christmas song. Like I feel like the choirs get together and they sing it like in church, or like Christmas carols is what is coming through. But Christmas time, the holidays, is going to be very, very significant for a lot of unions coming together. And I was being shown like a man's face within the sky, right? And it's like the face kind of like shouting. And then I was being shown this reel, which is, you know, when it's like people do the voiceovers, but it's like these two dogs when they're doing the voiceover that are shouting at each other. All I can remember is, what's your name? And one of them's like, Tony. And he's like, F you, Tony. That's coming through is very significant. So maybe you guys have recently watched it. But what's coming through with that is the divine masculines are about to shout their love. They're about to scream and profess their love from the rooftops is what is coming through. So that's what's in store for the divine feminines. They want to get some more poems. So what else do the collective need to hear? Thanking you. We have here angels delight, roses in sight, winged messengers, the sands of time, Egyptian eyes. I've seen you before, but it's so much more than just surface level. The pebble is thrown, a ripple is known. Angelic drones lead both souls home to one another. The dove's wings flutter, and embrace is imminent. Pull the red thread. You couldn't dream up what lies ahead. You guys could be seeing the red thread everywhere. The red string of fate. You could be seeing like images of it everywhere. Maybe you're feeling very called to the color red because they're pointing at my nails. Some of you guys could have red nails right now, or you could be feeling drawn to wearing the color red. And when you come into physical union with your person, maybe red's a favorite color of theirs, but obviously red is connected to the root chakra, right? Stability, security. That's what you're going to be offering each other. They're pointing at my top here. So basically I haven't released it yet, but I'm making my own merch. So in a lot of my readings, I always say, or I always channel from my ancestors, pick up your spiritual tools and fight. And like design this picture. I call this the Black Archangel Michael. And then I have like the white version. But they're like pointing to this top. So the divine masculine is going to hold that energy of Archangel Michael. Very, very powerful. You're going to feel safe. You're going to feel at home. You're going to feel safe. I'm hearing safe in his arms, and I'm being shown a couple just kind of like, it's like you're chilling on the sofa, and the masculine has the feminine like in a loving embrace, like hugging her from behind. So they are going to love you from behind as well. I said love you. They're going to love hugging you from behind as well. That was like an innuendo as well. So maybe like one of their favourite positions in the bedroom is going to be from behind. That's for somebody. What else, Spirit? The King of Forces is at your doorstep. A gentle soul, when in nature he feels whole. Keep what you love near and dear. Allow Mother Earth to take your fears. This king knows how to quieten the mind. All senses are alert as he grounds in the dirt. The winds of change are chiming. Are you open to being enlightened? Connect to the forces around you. The bounty coming in is about you. Divine unions are coming in. They are coming in. There's that confirmation. Again, King of Forces kind of energy. So it's that King of Pentacles energy. So connected to stability. And this divine masculine knows how to bring in money. Knows how to bring in abundance. Or he's been working on his money. Doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be like rich like a millionaire, but he's been working on his money, and he's got himself, he's got his own back, and he's going to know how to take care of you, look after you, not just financially, but it's given spiritually and emotionally. Spirit are bringing through, and you're going to know this person is for you because your nervous system is going to feel calm than it's ever felt before. It's going to be like a new level of calmness you're going to be stepping into. What else, Spirit? We have here The Lord is my shepherd. She recites the Psalm 23, her head bowed down and hands to her knees. Please lift this heaviness. I feel a dark cloud hovering over me. She couldn't take it anymore, so pleaded with the Lord. Then a sudden force pulled the tension from her back. It told her to pick up the slack and pray more often, to free yourself from a state of lack. The fog cleared from her heart and crown. She began to raise her head. Years it had been, wearing the same old frown. Now each day she begins to shine away, hands and head held high as she recites her prayers to the God above the sky. When I was reading this, it was so hard for me not to read it without like a lisp was trying to come through. I don't have a lisp, but it was trying to come through, so maybe someone has a lisp. The other person's going to find it cute, whoever that is for. But we're going to get into the love romance. So this is the thing. You need to make sure that you're praying even harder, that you're staying on top of your spiritual discipline right now. Do remember to ground yourself every single day. So just do like a quick visualization and meditation if you're busy and you don't have time to ground yourself. So you want to visualize like your root chakra, particularly your hands and your feet, because these have chakras within them, are all turning into tree trunk roots and are really connecting to Mother Earth. They're going down, 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 down to the core of Mother Earth. You want to keep doing this visualization every single day. Spirit say at least 3 times a day for some of you. And then you want to be cloaking yourself and covering yourself in the Most High God's pure holy white light. Archangel Michael was also coming through, so you can work with the blue ray light of protection, his blue ray light of protection. I feel like itchy all of a sudden. Some of you guys, when you're nervous, you can get like tingles or kind of like an itchiness within your skin that's coming up for someone. Or someone you could have recently had a rash and you know that was connected to ascension symptoms. That was your body doing like one huge last purge. We have here flirt. Extend your light-hearted energy to others. This is what's coming in for you. They want you to put yourself back out there. So some of you, if you do enjoy going on dating apps, I'd advise going on dating apps because you could potentially meet this person online. If not, it's like going on dates and flirting. Again, it's going to bring you into that light-hearted energy. You don't have to like exchange bodily fluids with these people, you know what I mean? You don't have to get physical with them, but it's just like stepping into this light-hearted energy of just having like flirt and getting to know new people. It starts to open you up. That's coming through for somebody. For those of you who don't resonate with that, like you don't like online dating at all, because I'm getting like somebody turning their nose up. You don't have to do that. Obviously, you're going to be coming into union with your person one way or another, but put yourself out there. Like if you're getting invited to go out with friends and family, go, say yes more. But just like make sure you're getting out the house every day, particularly if you work from home, like you have a remote job and you don't need to go into the office. Like going for walks, making a point to go for walks every single day, getting your steps in, that sort of thing. And making sure you look all right. Because I'm seeing someone look in the mirror like, oh, no, I can't go out like this. And it's like someone who's wearing like I do this all the time. Wear like loungewear. You're wearing like a baggy clothes. And maybe you've got your hair in your bun. You've even got curlers in your hair. You're like, right, no. Let me make sure I get ready properly before I leave my house. Is what's coming through for someone. I'm hearing even to take the bags out, even to take the bags out. So maybe that's what you've been saying to yourself. Because you can feel this is about to be happening for you. You can feel it's about to be coming in. You can feel this divine masculine energy is about to be stepping up. And again, I'm seeing a man standing on the rooftop and he's like screaming out and professing his love to everybody. Some of you guys could even have like that kind of proposal where it's like in the clouds. You know, sometimes they will hire a plane. It says, will you marry me? That's coming through for somebody. We have here attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. I am seeing a proposal and it is outside. Something to do with the sky, something to do with a beach is coming through for a proposal for some of you. But this is it. When you step into this light-hearted energy, you become more magnetic. To yourself as well. You'll be noticing that when you're catching yourself walking past the mirror, you'll be like, oh, is that me? You'll be like feeling yourself. Thought there was a fly, it wasn't. It's like a white fluff. But you guys could be seeing like white orbs or white flickers of light at the corner of your eye. Particularly those of you that have been working with the Most High God's pure holy white light to cloak yourself from your crown to your feet, from your feet to your crown. Keep doing it every single day. That message has been coming through a lot in readings. And when a message repeats itself, I'm not taking all of these, but the ones that turned up facing me, it says it's safe for you to love. And then we got a wedding. There is this higher level commitment your love life is moving to. A lot of you guys will be receiving a proposal. You will be getting married or having some form of like sacred ceremony. Or it's just that's how deep your love goes. You're going to be in holy matrimony, whether you take it within like the legal sense. You're going to be in holy matrimony. We have here, free yourself and retreat. That's what you've been doing. You've been doing the inner work. You've been taking heed. You've been listening to yourself, listening to your body, listening to your ancestors. walking that yellow brick road path. You've led yourself home, back to the sun, back to the Christ consciousness within you. Remember the sun. We all have the sun within us. It's at the core of who we are. It's connected to our soul. It's also connected to our heart. But you guys could have felt like stuck for ages, and maybe you were telling yourself, oh, it's never going to be me, I'm never going to meet the right person. Some of you guys could have been single and celibate for quite some time. I'm getting 5 years. For some of you, 5 years. You could be seeing this person's initials everywhere before you meet them. Maybe you're dreaming of their initials too. Something about their initials coming through is very significant. I am seeing an A and a C on this card. But you see here, retreat, this is the honeymoon. This is you two walking off together in holy matrimony. And you're going to have that period of time where it will feel like a fairy tale, particularly when you're getting to know each other. But then obviously you're going to be called to be doing some good within this world. So you're going to be on the front lines in some way or another for the Most High God. It's going to be different for all of you, because not everybody is here to like be working within the spiritual community, you know. And we're all spiritual beings. Whatever it is that you are doing, we're all spiritual beings. Someone's a nurse. I'm being shown a nurse. So some of you, you could work for the NHS, or you could be a nurse. We have birth. Universal energy brings you opportunity and possibility. It's coming in, guys. It's coming in. You could be seeing repeating fours everywhere. 444. But there's been powerful angelic presence all over the globe right now. I've been feeling it. Like angels literally wrapping humanity in their wings. They're listening to us. They're listening to our prayers, because there's a lot of people screaming out right now. We know there's a lot of wars going on. There's a lot of genocides going on. There's just abuse of all kinds. They're talking about particularly like sexual abuse that is happening all over the world. But they're saying it's made everyone disorientated. Because when it's an epidemic, when this many people are being abused in that way, it's literally forcing, the perpetrator forces themselves into the victim, right? And that causes a fragmentation and a splitting of the core of who that person is. This can't be happening for the people around the world, and this not be influencing humanity at large. That's what it's doing. And people are going to start waking up to this. There's going to be a huge rebirth that is happening collectively. I mean, you're already seeing it. But when this rebirth happens, obviously with that we have death. Because death and rebirth are intertwined. So it's like everyone around the world is being shaken up to wake up and see. And make sure you're focused on what really matters and what's actually a priority to you. Make sure that you're focused on and you're honouring life itself. Because life is sacred. And seeing children as sacred, because children are the most vulnerable and abused within this world, within this society. What else, Spirit? Maybe some of you guys have a purpose and a divine mission to protect and work with children. Others of you, the nurse was coming through, so maybe like you could even have a purpose of being a midwife or a doula, that sort of thing. Some of you guys could volunteer for a charity when it comes to domestic violence, when it comes to homelessness, when it comes to poverty in terms of single mothers and single fathers who can't afford to put food on the table for their kids. Some of you could always volunteer around Christmas time and New Year's at a food bank. We have here Snake. Your intuition and healing powers will guide you to a better path. Just be careful. As I was saying that, I felt like my throat wanted to go, that someone wants me to shut up. So obviously the dark forces were just people who are miserable. They don't want to see unions coming together. They want to see people coming together in true love and be shining, actually stepping into their purpose and be happy and be laughing and giggling and being shown the word giggling. They don't want that. So you and your person together, it's going to be like 17-year-olds, and you're going to be like, everywhere you go, you're going to be giggling. Like when you're doing the boring, mundane stuff, like going to the supermarket, it's going to be hilarious for both of you because you're with each other and you spark each other. It's like you like tickle each other's souls. That's what's coming through for someone. It's like you literally tickle each other's souls. That the snakes are being dealt with. I'm hearing the snakes in the grass. They're being dealt with. And the evil eye will go blind. The evil eye will go blind. So some of you guys could be praying against that. You could know you've got a lot of people watching you who are jealous of you. One more card from this deck, please, Spirit. Unicorn. Success, hope, freedom, healing and magic are all available to you if you just believe. I'm hearing a song by Marvin Gaye, Sexual Healing. So when you're intimate together, it's going to be very healing. It's going to awaken more of your psychic abilities. It's going to push the one who is not as spiritual. You're going to be in alignment. So you're going to be in par, like equally yoked. But one I feel like is more spiritual and one is more connected to the material world. That person, usually the divine masculine, is going to be pushed into a spiritual awakening, but they're ready for it. They've never been more ready for it. It's like they're craving it now. They're craving the divine feminine, and the divine feminine is calling out. She's pulling in the divine masculine like a magnet. But you are both unicorns in who you are and your heart. When it comes to your heart, you have a pure white light. I'm being shown a heart that's shining. That's pure white light. And for a lot of you guys, you're destined to have a child with this person. This is how your spirit baby sees you. Very genuine, very pure heart that this world has tried to taint, but you haven't allowed it. Maybe at some points your heart was a bit heavy, but you didn't allow yourself to be cold and bitter. We have Krishna, devotion. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. You're devoted to one another. Look at that, powerhouses. You're both royal at a soul level, and that's because you've been doing the work. When you do the work and you drop the baggage, you move on up in spiritual hierarchy, but you just gain more wisdom and knowledge. And your heart gets lighter. Your heart becomes as light as the feather, so you walk in balance. You walk that path of the middle, of righteousness. So a lot of you guys have been on a conscious path of enlightenment, and you've been working to like awaken and decalcify your third eye. Again, one of you is more awake and is more connected to the spiritual. You may be seeing peacocks and peacock feathers everywhere. Freya, phases and cycles. There is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. That death and rebirth energy is coming through here. But obviously when you come into union with your divine counterpart, with your person, that's going to cause a huge death and rebirth. Because who you were, like, that's just going to die and you're both going to be reborn. They're talking about how, like, you know, like the maiden moves to the mother, and then the son moves to the father, and then after that is the crone, and then after that is the Son, Father, the Holy Spirit. So this is going to push you into being the crone and into being the Holy Spirit. And obviously when you connect, and particularly when you're exchanging that sexual energy, you're going to be meeting God in a whole new level. I'm getting a bliss. And obviously that's that orgasm energy. It's that sexual energy that travels from your root going all the way up through your crown. So when you are intimate together, Spirit don't want you to be scared. They're going to be preparing you. But when you're both coming together, you will have it's not a Kundalini awakening. It's a complete Kundalini rising. They're saying the Kundalini has risen. The Kundalini has risen. So maybe like the electrics, the lights will flash, whatever, when you're both like reaching climax, that sort of thing is coming through. But when you're looking into each other's eyes, it's like you're going to be looking and seeing who you've been in past lives and when you've been together. Like flashes of past lives going to be coming through. But you will be prepared for this. You guys could be seeing crows and ravens everywhere. One more card from this deck, Spirit. We have the twins, of course. Twin flames, twin souls. You mirror each other. The Miriam, sacred vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. This is pure unconditional love. So it goes beyond the superficial, what you look like. So you guys may not be each other's types. Or maybe one is more, when it comes to society, is like more good looking. You know, in society, there's always like that certain look that people tend to adorn over, I'm hearing, obsess over. There's a song coming through, I believe it's called Adorn. I forgot what his name is. What else, Spirit? But one of you may be, like say one of you literally works in like the modeling industry. But obviously you're both going to be beautiful because this is who you are. And you are also the unicorn. But this is the thing as well. You're going to be looking at each other and being in awe of each other. So maybe you'll look at the other person. And this is like before you were doing the work. You're like, oh my God, they're so beautiful. They're so handsome. They're never going to look at me. They wouldn't look twice at me. They'll never go for me. Yes, they would, because you're both the unicorn. You are equally yoked. And this is God ordained. It's not just your souls that are fated to be together that are choosing each other, right? It's the human souls that are going to be choosing each other. So, your soul is preparing to reconnect. Trust in the process. It's coming in. This is so powerful. Let me know in the comments if you guys have already come into unions. Or what you've been feeling too and the signs that have been coming through for you. And do pay attention to what you're dreaming about. Some of you guys could be dreaming about birds and like birds' nests. Or maybe your dream kind of focuses on a nest and you're seeing like eggs within the nest. I'm hearing happy family, happy family. So you're about to be actually playing happy families. And that's not you playing. This is very real. And they keep saying, like, this is not a drill, this is not a drill. They've been saying this in, like, the last few readings, not just love readings, but spirit baby readings. This is not a drill, it's about to be happening. These unions are coming in, so it makes sense that a huge wave of spirit babies are gearing up to come through. Because a lot of you who want to be having children, who are of childbearing age, a lot of these souls are choosing you to be coming through. So they're waiting for you to come into alignment. They're acting as cupids on the other side. A lot of the spirit babies will do this. They'll push mum and dad together, obviously, to help them to be able to come through, right? There's a lot of powerful souls who are waiting to incarnate, and they're only going to be coming through true love. They're only going to be coming through divine counterparts. But your soul knows when you're going to be coming into union with this person. Look at this here, marriage. I kept seeing a proposal. A marriage of souls is a union of two divine counterparts blending together. You are coming together. Some of you guys, when you dream of your divine counterpart, you may see everything else but their face. So maybe, like, you know what their hands look like, you know what their body looks like, you even know how they walk, how they move. You could even, like, hear their voice in the dream state, but you just haven't seen their face, or you see it and you don't remember it when you wake up, or you see it, or it's kind of blurred, you can't focus properly, is what is coming in. And you know what they're bringing forward now? You know, Ray, where is my husband? If you actually watch the music video, she's like chasing this man within the music video, and then when she goes to grab him, he kind of just like disappears. But that video is coming through is very significant. And then she says towards the end, she's like, tell him grandma said it, tell him grandma said it. And then grandma says, your husband is coming, dear. Something like that. That's what's coming through is significant. What else, Spirit? Let's get one more card. We have here learn. Let love show you how to learn from each other. And you are both, obviously, all human beings. We are all the teacher and we're all the student. But you're both going to be teaching each other and you're both going to be the student. Again, they just keep getting this, like, this equalness. Equally yoked. You're on par. They keep using the words on par. So maybe you guys use that. But you see here how the book turns into the heart. But you both know within your Akashic records, your separate Akashic records, you're supposed to be coming into divine union now. This is where you'll be able to tune into each other more. Like, you won't necessarily need to be going to like another psychic or a medium, because your intuitive abilities are really going to heighten right before union. So make sure that you follow that nudge and that inkling to be somewhere. But your Akashic records are just showing me these two like old ancient books are about to merge. So you'll be able to tap into each other more. So your telepathy is going to be through the roof again. You're really going to be dreaming of this person, but you're also going to be having visions of them. There's going to be something about them that you're going to know before you even meet. This could be their name, the initials was coming through, what they look like, what they do for a living. You could keep dreaming about like certain jobs or certain hobbies that you're not interested in. And you're like, well, maybe you like interested in, but not like that much. You're like, why do I keep dreaming of this? It could be like a certain genre of movies. I'm hearing like sci-fi or horror. Or it could be like a certain sport. What else, Spirit? And then when you come into union with this person, it's going to make sense. We have possessions. It looks like she's in a wedding dress, look. So you guys could be seeing like wedding dresses everywhere, just images of weddings. Maybe when you're out and about and you're going for walks, you could live near a church or live near somewhere where they tend to use it for weddings. And you could keep seeing them going on. You know, when everyone starts standing outside and they're waiting for like the bride and groom to walk out. Some of you guys could literally walk past that kind of moment. It says here, do you need to redefine what you value? What is the cost of your loss? What are some changes that are causing you to feel undervalued? The birds are very significant, particularly when it comes to crows and ravens. But birds announce things. Like human beings, we used to use like pigeons, and we used to use birds within like wars, that sort of thing, to communicate with one another or to send messages. So I do feel like the bird kingdom is going to greatly be speaking to you guys right now. But there are going to be certain questions that you're asking yourself that are connected to any layers of trauma or pain, whether this is in this life or past lives, that you just need to work through and let go of. Because obviously when you come together, you need to both be standing there as naked as possible, as vulnerable as possible. We have connection. We are all connected by a universal sea of energy. All that you think and do will have an effect on the world. Reach out and connect with the world around you through love. This is a truth that you're really integrating, how connected and how human beings influence one another. And what happens to these human beings over here on this side of the world is going to affect these human beings over here on this side of the world. Which is why that message was coming through, connected to the abuse that is going on within this world. And particularly sexual abuse. Because that's what we're being asked right now to focus on. There's like a magnifying glass that is happening with this abuse, which is why all of these like predators are being exposed right now. And people are ready to see it. People are ready to face it. In the past, people weren't ready to see, which is why this kind of abuse got swept under the rug and people got away with things more. Now it's being spoken about. And when it's being spoken about, it means it's going to be seen. So that means we can prevent it. Some of you guys could work in like sexual health, maybe work in some sort of health clinic. We have here sex. Do you feel disconnected to yourself and others? What do you need to feel more loving? I read that weird. What do you need to feel more loving? Do you feel your needs are not being met? But this is going to be a huge aspect of the connection. Because you're supposed to come together intimately, because you're going to be causing the Kundalini awakening. But when your sexual energies merge, it's going to activate parts of your DNA, but it's going to activate more of your psychic and supernatural abilities, which are needed in this time. They are greatly needed in this time to help you see through the veil, through the curtain, through the window. That isn't necessarily there, it's transparent. They're saying the veil doesn't even exist, it's very transparent. So a lot of you are going to be seeing like spirits as clear as day. But a lot of you have telepathy. You have remote viewing abilities. You can literally say things to people all the time that was exactly what they were thinking. They can get spooked out and be like, I was literally just thinking that and you've just said it. Like that sort of thing could be happening to you like all throughout your life. One more poem. This one here says, Yin and Yang is where it all began. Rumour has it starting with the Big Bang. Legend tells its origin as light and dark, once intertwined, were torn apart. A little piece of both was left in the other half. They would only come together when realising the next part. Everything in existence is already whole. Mirrors are a reflection to learn and to grow. With each realisation, an illusion shatters. Roots dig deep with all forming matter. The sun and the moon come into an embrace. Rumour has it ending with a sunset. Legend tells the beginning as a lunar eclipse. We're in eclipse season right now. So a lot of these unions are going to be happening within eclipse season. And Christmas time, the holidays is coming through is very, very significant. But there's your confirmation. You're about to be coming into union with your divine counterpart.